So this video was supposed to come out the day started. I was me recording how it was supposed to come out, but as you can tell or feel, I wasn't feeling well this past week. I don't know what's been happening in the States, but seems like everyone goes through this during this time of year for some reason. And yeah, I was not feeling well. I was feeling nauseous like almost all day. Like it was drained, but I'm feeling a little bit better from the flu this past few days. So yeah, this is gonna be my first video 2024, which basically going to be by the title of this video. Going to talk about 2023 and what are my top 10 favorite wrestling matches of 2023. And this was a lot fucking harder than I thought it would be. They still matches even the last year when I did these, I knew it would be easy on some of the matches. The rest of them, there are three on this list that I knew I had to include. Maybe even it was three. Like the rest, any older, it was really hard to place it because there are so many fucking great matches that I want to put on, but I can't hear like all this top 10 list. So yeah, so this is Soplo 88, and this is my favorite top 10 wrestling matches of 2023. And where there are so many great matches, like I said, in wrestling during the year 2023, I kind of want to put some honorable mentions to it. So, honorable mentions are Brian Danielson versus Ricky Starks from All Out 2023. That was an insane ass match. Well, I thought it would have been the most brutal match of 2023, but there's also another one on the list. So yeah, and there's Bianca Belair versus Io Sky from Backlash 2023. That Puerto Rico crowd, man. I'm also gonna talk about when I talk about my favorite wrestling matches, but holy shit, that crowd fucking ate up during that. It was fucking insane. And Bianca and Io have great fucking chemistry in the ring. That it really made a really kind of a timeless match when you look at all of this, because it was a great match, had a great crowd, and that was basically the match that made Io Sky a kind of a bona fide top, not like top star player, but just made Io Sky to such a star on the main roster because coming in, she had a little bit stop and start momentum from it, but after this, sheer momentum went another level. She won Money in the Bank, and now she's the Women's Champion. So it really couldn't turn out any better for Io that night, especially when the crowd wanted her to win. Wow, that was that was insane. So yeah. um, Another honorable mention I want to put It's actually Gunther versus Shaq Gabriel from a Raw episode September, I believe, 2023 for the IC title. Like, this was probably the best WWE TV match of that year. Like, the amount of like suspense of, even if you thought Shaq Gabriel wasn't going to win the Intercontinental title, you even though you thought even though you thought he wouldn't win, there was always the sliver of suspense of disbelief. They thought he might actually win, and they had his family in ringside cheering him on, and they had that crowd eating on the palm of their head, especially towards the end, one of the last few minutes of the match. They were into Shaq for every move. Like, wow, like, yeah, I really, like, there was some reasons that you really thought Gunther would win. And yeah, that was a kick-ass match for the IC title. And that was the match that launched Gunther through breaking Hockey Tom Man's record. And now he is the longest reigning IC champion of all time. And it still is as of today. And yeah, like, when you think about why Gunther is the the greatest, probably the greatest IC champion of all time, just look at like the the body of matches he, and there's another one that is on my top 10 list. So yeah, like that was a great match. And another honorable match I want to put is Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov from No Mercy 2023. Yes, that match. And I thought their first match at the Great American Bash, I believe, which I talk about, was a great match. But this was even better because they were hitting hard style, like hard hitting style in most of their moves, and you felt every shot that Ilya Dragunov pulled and Carmelo Hayes also. And yeah, this was this was great. Like, that was easily probably the best NXT match of that year. And yeah, that was just a great match. And there's one more honorable match. There's like five honorable matches. But from if I had to put one honorable mention from AEW is I tried to think. There's also been great matches for All Elite in 2023, and another one is Hangman Adam Page versus John Moxley for Revolution Texas Death Match. Like, I thought anything that none that we would have seen in 2023 would have topped that because, boy, this was at times nauseating to watch, to see like the amount of violence that will level up into this match. Like, I thought we would, but spoiler this on a match on my top 10. So yeah, so Heyman was like, when you're playing a match like that, he's on another level in terms of violence, and he managed to help Pimas by literally showing it like, gosh damn, that was a brutal, great match. So those are my honorable mentions from my favorite matches of 2020. Those are my honorable mentions. So now let's go to the top 10. And number 10 was a little difficult to put on because, yeah, this was a little difficult because I was trying, because it's a Becky Lynch match, but I was trying to figure which match to put on. And I have decided that Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in the Steel Cage match from Payback 2023 is on my list. Like, yeah, like this. Probably because this exceeded any expectation I had for this, because I say as much in my Payback 2023 review. They really kept for most of this view, like most of the chemistry, like on promo on my time, and even some of their previous matches were really clicking for me. It just didn't work, but this, this just worked. And I think, I think like when they post, and I said it also in my paper review, when they canceled their SummerSlam match that they were supposed to have, I think was on hindsight, that was probably the best move to make, because you could tell both Becky and Trish were motivated as all hell to make this work, and yeah, they deliver in so many ways. And being in the opener with a hot crowd also that were in for every move also helped a lot. Like, they did some spots that were like funny, and there was some spots that they did that I just couldn't like. Trish Stratus took a suplex for like, she was on from the top of the cage, and Becky Lynch suplex her from the cage, the top of it, through the ring. At her late 40s, it's Trish Stratus made to make a bump like that. Like, that's wow. That's like, she performed well, and yeah, this was one of my favorite matches of the year. Becky versus Trish, Steel Cage, and they this was the match that this feud really needed at that time, because like I said, it just wasn't working. It fell flat in many ways, most of it. But this was, they needed to end it with a bang, and these two girls did. So yeah, and more, I think this was probably my match of the night more that I had to think about. So there was a tag team match that night for the tag team that I enjoyed that time, but mostly interference, overbooking was a little entered points for it. So yeah, this was match of the night by that show by far. Number 9. Also, for what we talk about, is from Backlash 2023 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny in a Puerto Rican street fight. Wow. I never got the chance to talk about this, but holy shit, like just from the entrance for Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico singing Chambera. Yes, I do know that word like that. Chambera, and singing his whole damn song throughout the whole entrance. I think for that you knew you were in for something special, but I didn't even think of how much it would be, because these two boys beat the living piss out of each other. Like, a lot of weapons, a lot of crash spots with Damian, like, Damian Priest do a Falcon Arrow Bad Boy to like the into like crowd into some setup production thing. And this had a lot of overbooking, but I think in this rare case, This is where the overbooking enhanced the match. And I'm as shocked as anybody to say that, but it really did. Like, and you had to know with David Priest, Judgment Day, with the LWO Goliath, you knew there would have to be interferences. So those people showed up, the crowd was amped up, and then fucking Carlito showing up, man. Like, you want to talk about like when you almost like when you want to talk about of how the arena did not shake after that pop, like holy crap, when Carlito showed up, like there were not many things that I jump out of my seat and just be in complete like mark out. But Carlito returning to that crowd, that loud ovation, and him look probably better than he ever has. It was just a great treat to see. Then Savio Vega showed up, and then Bad Bunny just beat this shit with Damian Priest to those steel share shots. Like, holy crap. Like, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is probably my favorite celebrity pro wrestler ever because you can tell he doesn't really try to fall in and tries to do everything in his power to give the fans, the people that support him throughout his career, his season and now this, to give everything he had into make sure the fans are satisfied. And when he been at his Casa de Puerto Rico, he had that extra bag in it, and he really fucking showed up. Like, looking back, like, how the fuck did this not make a event? Because, yeah, that fucking drained out the crowd. But yeah, this was a great, great match. Like, yeah. So that's number 9. Number 8, which is my probably favorite women's match of the year, and it's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39. You will see through those 3 entries that this is one of those matches where really, although Bad Bunny and Priest had a little bit of a spark of the bit, but none of these matches I go see a little thought like, man, this is gonna be really great in the below. And this was another one, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Like I said, as much like Charlotte did not work as a face, and most of the dynamics of the feud were really fucking off. Like you cannot see them to tell me otherwise, but yeah, this was just a fantastic man. They were slowly building to the man more and more. And once they got the high gear, it was amazing. Just time. It's like that crowd was totally pro Rhea Ripley. They wanted her to get her big moment at the biggest show of the year. She did, and yeah, like Charlotte's first reaction kind of told the whole story of this. Like, she was really proud, and I was proud of it. Like, she, like, of how much Charlotte did manage to let let Rhea Ripley get her shine, get her moment from the event, from her loss to Charlotte at 3 years prior WrestleMania 36. And her getting her big moment at WrestleMania. That was a great coordination of like her build up to the ring. Like her title reign hasn't really been that special really, but that match, but her character progression towards it, and her match, and this match, and her reign just put her real Ripley to pretty much one of the top stars of the company, male or female. She really is one of their people in that company. So yeah. So I thought it was match of the night, and only to get upset by number 7, which is the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 39 Night 1. And unlike the other matches on this list, this one had a great storyline, and that's what really made this match, the storytelling and pretty much the whole build up from Sami Zayn's build to him turning face, him leaving the bloodline, and the whole Jay Sami dynamic, that build, and the whole build of Kevin and Sami had to regroup as friends to take down the almighty bloodline, and to do that they had to take the Usos tag titles over at WrestleMania. And yeah, rewatching it recently because I did. This was like an amazing match. Like it had obviously tremendous story that it had. And like it was like reassuring where they took their time and then they just build and build, and once they get a high gear, it was fantastic. You had Sami Zayn kicking out of the 1D of the user, which has never been done before. And there were moments where I thought the all hope was gone when the user hit double splash together. I was like, oh shit, here we go. But that KO kick out, and then the WTF moment where Kevin hit the user and Jake gets out. I was like, what? Like they had me throughout all of it. And then in the end, Sami Zayn hit 3 Helluva Kicks to Jey Uso, and him pinning the man who doubted him from the front and then trusted only to double cross him. Sami pinned Jey to win the undisputed tag team title for him and Kevin Owens. Just tremendous shot. It was really a great combination to Sami starting the bloodline, which he had another moment in Night of Champions where he practically broke the bloodline from the ring inside. And you can say like this bloodline story didn't elevate Sami Zayn to another level of starter, because yeah, like when you compare to some of the other people, like he's one of the very few non-Samoan people in this story that has really benefited from being it, because now he's a main event level star that you can put in a main event and people will buy it. Just from this story, and him dynamic with Roman Reigns and him the Usos, it was just missed that time everything with a bloodline. Just timeless stuff. And yeah, this was an excellent match, night 1 of WrestleMania. And this had it was the right match to make it a show. So yeah. Number 6 is from AEW Collision in July, and it's FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, in a 3-3 falls match for the tag team championships. Like this went over an hour long. This match. This took up the first hour of Collision, and when FTR is in a 3-3 falls match, most of the time, you know we were in for some good shit, and these boys deliver, all 4 of them. Dash, Cash, JY, Dangerous Robinson, yeah. These 4 dudes just lay it, and it was just pure wrestling. Great wrestling. Like, they had that crowd for pretty much almost the entire of this, man, where you really thought, like, are Bullet Club going to win this or not? Like, this was just tremendous, tremendous stuff. And yeah, the great story of, I think, Bullet Club going winning the first fall and then FTR winning the next fall. That was just simple storytelling, but it works. It worked here. This was a fantastic match, and this is probably my favorite TV match of that year. And man, like when you look at Collision where it is now, you kind of have to think and stop like, what the hell happened? Because like Collision was just so damn good in the early days. For some reason, I know it revived a little bit for me where they did the Continental Classic and stuff, but I don't know if it was on a level as matches like this because like these four dudes carry were the four main people were one of the main peoples of the early days of Collision. Like yeah, like this was a kick-ass tag team match. Probably my favorite tag team match, and this was it's easily my favorite tag team match of that year. And then we get number 5. That was number 6, FTR Bullet Club Gold. Number 5 is from Full Gear 2023. Heyman Page versus Sir Strickland in a Texas death match. And wow, like I said on the John Monster Heyman, I didn't think anything would top Brick Crash and the violence and the intensity of it, but this match turned up to another level. Like this had an intense build with George Strickland invading Heyman Page's house. And really, the personal animosity just turned this match to a whole level. And I just couldn't fucking believe Hangman Page drank the blood out of George Strickland. Like, wow. Like, damn. Crazy, crazy stuff in this. And, like, George Strickland, like, I think this is the match that made me a believer out of Short Strickland because, well, this whole feud, to be quite honest, because before then, he had a really cool team that they run with Keith Lee. His match with the Acclaim at like All Out 2022 was one of my favorite matches of the previous year. But this year, but this match, like him and him at a pace like wow, like this pretty much cemented Schuster as a main top player in AEW to watch out, and I can fully expect for him 2024 to him be the AEW World Champion because he pretty much deserves it after this performance. Like he he showed like he can be one sick SOB in this. And yeah, this was tremendous stuff. And yeah, like this was an excellent match. And Joe Strickland beat Heyman Page not once but twice during this. So for that alone, like he has to be given a world title in 2024. So yeah. So coming in at number 4, which is my favorite WWE match of the year, and comes from WrestleMania Night 2 in the triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther defending against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And when I did my favorite matches of 2022, I put Gunther and Sheamus on it. I thought like, how could they probably top this match? Well, we got Drew McIntyre in, and this kick ass on all levels. Like this was a fucking amazing match where even the commentators had to fucking stand up and applaud after this because like wow, even the commentary was great. Like Titus O'Neil, like I don't know how he hasn't got more output as a commentator because like he was on during this match. Like it like the 4 tag team match the previous night and this like he was extra amped up and who could blame him because this was terrific. Like they had me for every move. They could also believe me that Gunther will lose where Sheamus hit the bro kick to Drew McIntyre because believe it or not, the bro kick is one of the most protective moves in all of the company because very rarely when someone hits it, barely rarely do people get hit with it and doesn't kick out from it. So they have me with that, and also with Drew McIntyre's Claymore, they also have me. But got them as to persevere and beat and lift Sheamus up and powerball into the match of Drew and his and Gunther hits the power onto Drew for the win. I can't praise this match enough. Like this was great, absolute terrific stuff, and yeah, like I say, Gunther's the greatest IC champ of all time. It's matches like this, like I can't praise that enough. Like this was fucking amazing match. Number 3, we have was I thought was gonna be match of the other year, and when and so we get to the top 3. So this was one match that I thought was gonna be match of the year, but Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay from Wrestle Kingdom 17. This was the Tokyo Japan the first match, and I think I said before, like Kenny Omega, like when he's in New Japan, like when people, the reason why people label Kenny Omega as like the the best bow machine, like it's it's matches like this in New Japan. The matches he had with Okada and the matches he had with Osprey. This one was like wow, like this was terrific stuff. Like that guy was totally into Osprey, which was kind of the opposite of the next match I'm gonna talk about. But yeah, so this was a terrific match, and Kenny Omega beat Will Osprey for it. So yeah, he beat Will Ospreay for the New Japan United States Championship, the IWGP United States Championship. And you had a really cool shot of Kenny holding onto the belt and Will Ospreay just just clamming to it, just clamoring, just wanting that belt back so much more. And this was probably the best match of New Japan's for that year. So yeah, and that image of Osprey will lead in to the next one I'm gonna talk about, which I think topped that one slightly. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door for the New Japan United States Championship. Like, I think one of the things that elevated this match more was the crowd being more amped than the first match, and just how they made it slightly different from the Wrestle Kingdom match and just turn up to the level of brutality of this. Like, I couldn't believe, like, Kenny Omega with the amount of injuries he has had, and apparently, and as we speak, he's on diverticulitis. So we wish all the hope and Godspeed recovery for Kenny Omega because we already missed it. But with the amount of injuries he has had over the previous year, I couldn't believe the buttons he's doing on steel step and stuff. And real honestly, I say like he's just fucking great at playing this natural dickish of heel. Like like he's just so great at it, and him taunting and mocking that Canadian fan was just wow, and the crowd being so African when he fucking kicked out of one with the angel was just great stuff. And getting up, that was one of the most best wrestling shots, camera shots at all this year. Like it was just great stuff. And yeah, you had some interference for Duncan, but it didn't take like. I think I said this even during the review for Vandal. Like, I wish Don Callis, the little nip, I wish Don Callis got involved once. Him getting involved, that was a little overkill by that point. So, yeah, that was a build up, but this was an amazing match. And Will Ospreay got his win back for us again by being KO and regained back his IWGP United States Championship, and he also had a great image of the reverse image of Wrestle Kingdom with Ospreay holding the belt and Kenny just climbing and trying to grab that belt, but he knows they lost. That was a great shot. So yeah, I also thought this will be match of the year, but then when I thought through it and I was going over to the list of the matches, there was just this one match that I just like enjoyed more than the rest here. And number one for my match of the year from Revolution 2023 for the AEW World Championship is MJF defending against Bryan Danielson in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Like, yeah. Yes. This is my match of the year, and like I said as much in the review Revolution, I was saying here. This is easily the greatest Iron Man match of all time. All time. And the story also added a little here where Danielson being in his own element, thereby Bryan Danielson. I said Daniel Bryan for a second, but Bryan Danielson beat totally his element against a guy completely out of his element. Never gone through a match where he gone 16 minutes. And they managed to click to hang with the fans on every move that they did for almost the entirety of the 60-minute portion of this. And he has some great story of Bryan Danielson against the two falls in it, but then MJ is grabbing, hitting, handing a fall to Danielson so he can beat Danielson twice through fall straight. That was some great stuff, and they were just kicking and beating the shit out of one another. And you had a great finish, almost over. You had the little tie, a little nod to the WrestleMania 12 to Bret Hart Shawn Michaels, where Bryan was having MJ on I think it was like a leg sweep, a dragon sleeve. MJ, and MJ trying not to hold that because there was 60 seconds left. Only to tap out when the clock stopped. But then Tony came out and said they were gonna restart the match of Tony Khan. And yeah, like I really thought for a second. I really thought like that was it for MJ. Everybody thinks they hit the running knee, and I was in awe when MJ kicked out. And it was so funny that he had to use some of the oxygen and it was the oxygen thing that he had where the match had to be stopped for a second. That was funny. But he came into the very hitting Bryan Danielson with it, and him hitting Bryan with his own level lock, and Bryan Danielson tapping out to MJ's level lock. And look, you can say about MJ's title win, and throughout most of his trial, most of his win, I didn't like most of his dueling with the whole devilish stuff. I will get more to the future, but there's nobody that did more for MJ and his world title than Brian Danielson. Like, he put over MJF in the most best way, grandest possible. Like, he tapped out to his own move. Like, how much do you have to really pull over that guy? So, yeah, this was an amazing man, and that, and having go through it, this was my match of the year for 2023. So that is it for my top matches for 2023, and we will leave that for 2023. I hope I'll be around more for you guys in 2024, and let's make 2024 big, guys, because yeah, 2023 has been a crazy year with all twists and turns in wrestling, and it looks like 2020, excuse me, but it sounds like 2024 might be even crazier than that. So yeah, so that is it for my video. Like this video if you haven't subscribed. Tell me what are some of your favorite wrestling matches of 2023 in the comment section below. As always, I'm Jason Mainius, and I approve this message.